YouTube, Stoto, and today we're going to be doing some nunchuck basics. So we're not going to be doing any attacks or techniques right now. We're actually going to be practicing some drills that will help you make the nunchuck part of your body. Okay, so that means you'll know where the end, the pendulum end, you'll know where that is at all times. Here's an example of that. My eyes are closed, and I'm not afraid of this hitting me anywhere, even when I reverse over the shoulder, under the leg, pretty much to help you gain confidence and skill moving these around. So, for a faster attack, grab up higher on the nunchuck. For a more powerful attack, grab down lower on the nunchuck. If for a balance between the two, grab in the middle to slightly higher to slightly lower. We're doing techniques first. So here's the first drill. You're going to go over the shoulder with one pair of nunchucks. Down to the hip, over to the other hip, over to this hip, up to the top of the shoulder. But you're going to do it so that you practice taking this end of the nunchuck, this front part here, and rotating it around your hips like this. That way you don't take any of the harmful impact of the nunchuck, but you're able to leverage it on your body and change its momentum. Okay? So the drill should look like this. Okay, here's the deal. The nunchuck will hit you, but as long as you're hitting with this end, then the rest of the end, it's not actually going to hurt you because you're not going to have any speed in that force hitting you. Do it with the other hand. So up, hip, hip, shoulder, hip, hip, shoulder, hip, 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 shoulder, hip, 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 shoulder, hip, 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 shoulder. And here's the next one. Do it on the other hand now. Again, shoulder, hip, 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 other shoulder, hip, 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 shoulder, hip, hip, shoulder, other shoulder. Okay, so you're pretty much practicing alternating between across the front, across the hips, and across the other shoulder. Other hand, boom. So the next part is you're going to take your nunchuck and go behind the back of your shoulder, just like this, okay? Grab with your other arm under your armpit. So you're going just like this. Then take it. Now you have it in front of you. You're just going to start slow. Behind the other shoulder. Boom. Grab it with your hand. Then you're going to go out in front of you, behind the other shoulder. Grab it. Now you're going to take from here, swing it behind this shoulder. Swing it behind this shoulder. Swing it behind this shoulder. That's going to take a lot of practice. It's not actually easy, but it kind of seems easy on camera. And after a while, you'll have it looking somewhat like this. This figure eight. So with your single pair of nunchucks, figure eights, okay? Everyone can do this. This is like the easiest move possible. Do it on the other hand. You're going to take a pair of nunchucks in each hand, and start doing unison figure eights. This is going to help unify the motion of your hands. And since you can't really pay attention to one at a time, it'll help you intuitively understand where each nunchuck is going to be at a specific moment in time. So just like this. Now at some point you will hit yourself, just like I did just there, and you will hit yourself in the funny bone. And that's how that goes. That's fine. You're going to go over the cross, or over across your body like this, around your neck, and grab it kind of behind your shoulder like this, okay? Now take it, now that it's in this hand, go around the shoulder, grab behind the shoulder. Okay, go around the neck, grab behind the shoulder, go around the neck, grab behind the shoulder, and eventually it just becomes an intuitive motion that you can do without even really thinking about it. Trust exercise with yourself. So you have to get good at knowing where the end of the nunchuck is at all times and being able to move it in uncomfortable positions without actually hitting yourself or hurting yourself. So you're going to start slow, under the legs, okay, between the legs actually, and then back up. And you're switching, you don't have to switch, but across the shoulder, just like this. You're going across each shoulder and you're not hitting yourself. You're not hitting yourself in the tailbone, you're not hitting yourself in the groin, you're not hitting anything. What you're doing is essentially the same thing I'm doing here. Changing the momentum without hitting anything. And that's a very useful skill because nunchucks are essentially like water. It's all about changing the momentum that they have and, not letting them hurt you. So the next thing is we're going to take our nunchucks and go under the leg again, but now we're going to take this hand, grab behind the leg, and now it's in the other hand, okay? So go under the leg, grab behind your leg with this hand, just like this. And now, after a while, you'll be in a horse stance, just moving nunchucks like this without any fear of hurting yourself, because you know where the nunchuck is at all times intuitively. Then, maybe you want to go the opposite direction. This is even more dangerous because it even more exposes your private area to getting hit with a pair of nunchucks, because now it's going directly for them. But this is also a matter of trusting yourself. The next thing is to get used to the fact that this thing is a flail. It's a stick and a stick that work together to be a very short flail. Okay? So you have to be used to this thing flailing around pretty erratically. Okay? And it's going to cause chaos. And after a while, you drop them. And the next part is you're going to take these and practice landing them under your armpit. So you're going to go down, down, up, under the armpit. Down, up, under the armpit. Swing them back around like this. So what this is, I'm swinging it backward, and it circles going back under my arm. So you can practice from here, up and under, or around and under. Up, under, around, under. What this is going to do is your ribs right here, as well as your armpit and the skin right here, is going to get used to fast strikes. So pretty much you're desensitizing your armpit to being hit with a pair of nunchucks. And you're also desensitizing your rib area. This isn't going to hurt nearly as much anymore. Now you don't actually have to do that. And you probably shouldn't do that. But what you are going to be practicing is landing the nunchucks. And the next and final thing to getting confident and good with a pair of nunchucks, with the way that they move and the physics of your particular pair of nunchucks, just freestyle, okay? Do some cool tricks with them. Do whatever you want to do to make yourself better at using them. Okay, you can do this with one pair of nunchucks, or you can do this with two pair of nunchucks. And it's fine either way. Nunchuck basics. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, comment, and share. Goodbye.